Ladies and gentlemen, we are one episode away from the finale of Invincible Season 3, and honestly, I am feeling quite amazing. After that excellent showing in Episode 7, I think that the finale will take us exactly where we want to be, looking forward to the remaining 5 or so seasons that Invincible creators Amazon will have to make. As someone who has read the comics, I know that this show is extremely long, and Amazon has a long path ahead of them before we get anywhere to the conclusion of Mark's story. That being said, I was really happy with how they slowed down the pace of the comic books in this episode. In the comic books, the Invincible War lasts literally 5 pages. As we were shown today in the episode, they use the same sort of time skip narrative, but instead of it being flushed out into 3 separate days, it's really only a couple panels that shows day 1, day 2, day 3. And that is something that I kind of was disappointed, since the Invincible War is such a pivotal moment in Invincible's series. He's literally seeing alternate versions of himself murder massive amounts of American citizens, over 100,000 they claimed in the TV show. This is one of the things in the show that has made me the most happy as someone who has read the comics. I feel like they did an amazing job of really immersing all of us in the horror and terror that we would experience if an event like this ever happened. Invincible's basically Superman, and yet there were 16 of them flying around the earth, and they completely demolished every single major city. My biggest gripe with this season has been how slow they've been, and that's so true. For example, the King Immortal storyline was way too long, as well as the storyline with Titan and the Dragon guy from the Order. I feel like they spent way too much time slowing those down when we have amazing works like the Invincible War ready to come. So now I hope that you guys can see a little bit why I was so hasty to get on with it. And while I was kind of worried that they would gloss over the Invincible War, I am super happy that they hit the brakes and really slowed down and went through it. If it comes to the decision, would I rather have them pump the brakes on everything or go super fast? I think I would definitely rather have pumped the brakes, since this show has so much promise and it seems like Amazon is planning to keep it around for another 5 or so seasons, which the duration of the comic books requires. Looking forward, we have 1 episode left, and episode 7 perfectly set us up for what's to come. One of the biggest battles in Invincible. It's kind of crazy that Robert Kirkman, the director and writer of Invincible, really wrote these 2 back-to-back loaded stories, loaded fights, and just had us in the middle of the action. This is all the action that the Invincible heads have been waiting for, ones who have read the comics and ones who haven't. And although Invincible has been getting his butt smacked, I love how they put in multiple times how much stronger he is compared to these other variants. I think that really kind of shows us that he's been holding back this entire time and builds the stakes for this fight with the Viltrumite Conqueror Conquest. I think it is so clear that Mark will not hold back and not be holding any punches. I really hope that this is also a double entendre for the animation studio to not hold back for the last episode of the 3rd season. It is time for them to animate how we know they can, how they've been teasing us with the season 2 trailer, with moments in season 3, and in this moment in season 3 where they had this episode each Mark have really high animated details in his face. I really hope that they slow it down, go crazy, and animate the shit out of this episode, because this is such an amazing fight and moment. Trust me, folks, you are not going to want to miss this. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time.